It's 2 a.m. Your phone is silent. Nobody is emailing you. There are exactly zero demands being placed on your time or your energy. For the first time all day, your mind is entirely your own. Yet, even in that perfect silence, there's a lingering sense of guilt. Society has spent decades conditioning you to believe that being awake right now is a moral failing, a sign of laziness, or a lack of discipline. We are bombarded with the gospel of the 5 a.m. club. The relentless corporate messaging insists that true discipline requires waking up before dawn to conquer the day, as if success can only be measured on a single, rigid timeline. While the 9 to 5 schedule works for the diurnal majority, it creates a profound biological mismatch for everyone else. This morning centric model wasn't designed for human peak performance. It was built for industrial era synchronization. You aren't lazy and you aren't procrastinating. You are experiencing a specific biological drive for wakefulness that allowed our ancestors to survive the very environments that created us. To understand why your brain activates in the dark, we have to look past modern office buildings and go back thousands of years. Humans are tribal creatures, and our early survival relied entirely on group dynamics. In an environment surrounded by nocturnal predators, a unified sleep schedule was a literal death sentence. If an entire ancient tribe fell asleep at the exact same time, they were defenseless. Evolution solved this vulnerability by engineering a delayed circadian rhythm, maintaining a staggered sleep cycle for constant vigilance. Look where the Night Watcher's wave peaks. Your genetics mandate you become highly alert exactly when the rest of the group is unconscious and at risk. The modern workforce suppresses this vital survival mechanism. You're being forced into a schedule that punishes your brain for performing the exact role it was genetically engineered to play. This evolutionary history also explains why daylight feels uniquely exhausting. The friction of the daytime isn't just about noise, it's the constant, high volume flow of social and emotional data that never stops. Many with delayed sleep cycles share sensory processing sensitivity. A standard brain has a robust spam filter, but your brain functions like the second funnel, absorbing every micro expression simultaneously. Managing these social scripts creates a cognitive bottleneck, leaving your system completely drained by the afternoon. Nightfall provides a physical boundary. When the rest of the world goes to sleep, the incoming stream of social demands finally cuts off, allowing your nervous system to stop reacting and start thinking. For you, the night functions as a biological shield. It is the necessary environment your brain requires to reset after being overtaxed by the sensory chaos of the daylight hours. This preference for the quiet of the night is also reflected in our neurochemistry. Morning people and night owls often rely on different primary fuel sources to feel focused. Typical daytime productivity is driven by dopamine. It thrives on external stimulation, networking, conversation, and the constant buzz of notifications to trigger a sense of reward and engagement. Your brain leans on a different pathway, acetylcholine. While dopamine spikes through external inputs, acetylcholine activates through internal nodes. This pathway rewards deep focus and introspection, scaling in efficiency as external buzz drops towards zero. In this state, your brain enters divergent thinking mode. Without the pressure to conform to the immediate group, you can explore multiple solutions and make the kind of unusual original connections that aren't possible in a crowded office. Silence isn't just a preference for you, it is the optimal environment for your brain to engage its most complex cognitive functions. This internal chemistry is supported by the physical world. Contrast effect comfort describes the profound satisfaction of being in a safe, quiet interior while looking out at a dark, silent world. It all aligns with optimal arousal theory. Every human requires a specific level of external noise to reach a state of functional balance. Because your brain is naturally tuned to absorb more information, your balance point is much lower. You need an environment with almost no external data to reach your peak performance state. Remaining awake into the early morning hours is a form of active nervous system regulation. It allows you to find the state of equilibrium that the daytime actively prevents you from reaching. We live in a society that equates loud, constant busyness with success. But that illusion shatters the moment you realize performing for an audience 16 hours a day has nothing to do with real clarity. At 3 a.m., the absence of external pressure creates a rare space where internal clarity becomes possible. It is where you stop managing other people's feelings and start recognizing your own truths. Stop apologizing for the way your brain is wired. You don't need to be fixed by a 5 a.m. alarm clock, and you don't need to fit into a mold that was never designed for your biology. Reject the guilt of the daylight matrix. You were built to watch the night, to think in the silence, and to see what everyone else misses while they sleep. Embrace your role. You are the night watcher.